Okay.
Lisa
So,
had
huh?
so Lisa had surgery today, so I doubt she's gonna be on.
Okay, no, it's fine. We can always, I'll just upload the recording onto my YouTube and you can give it to whoever. So I want to kind of go over what I created, because I think this is going to be a really big, like, it's going to be definitely be a big help for y'all's businesses. I try to set it up as easy as possible. So I have this app called Boards. We're going to have to get you guys to download it. Okay. Literally just called Boards. It's a white little thing that says Boards. But what it is inside of it, I'm going to try to turn my brightness down so you guys can see my phone. Inside of it, I've set up different little tabs, folders, if you will, that contain a lot of different information. So I'm going to kind of go through each one with you guys. So this first one, it's product info sheets. So if you have somebody ask you like, what's the ingredients in the Boost or whatever product, you can go into that, you can open up the boards, you can go into the product sheets, and every single product that we have besides Elite, because I have not pulled those yet, are in here. Okay. So you can get any of those. And when it's on your phone, you'll be able to go like this. Watch. Oh wait, I'm not in my keyboard. I'm in the actual app. But when it's in your keyboard and you touch it, it literally copies and you just hold down and paste and it's done. Like, so it's going to be like at your fingertips, like super fast. So that's the first folder. That's going to be the product info sheets. Then we have our February info. So if you need to know what the Zooms are, or whatever, you can have that really quickly. Then I have a folder called responses. Okay. And I don't like a copy and paste like weird message. I'm not going to give you messages to send to people because I want everything to be genuine, right? And sound like you. But there are certain responses that you can have that you can tweak to each person, to each conversation. That's kind of generic, right? So if you're talking to a promoter and let's say they ask you for the bundles, you can click that picture right there and send that to them. So that shows them the different packages. I also have a written one. So if you wanted to write it out, this one, this right here will give the pack options. This is in case they want to do a payment plan, they want to use that payment plan option, they can do this. And so there's that. Then on the customer side, we have a pricing cheat sheet for you. The caffeine levels, a lot of times people are going to ask you like, oh, how much caffeine is in whatever. That's all right here at your fingertips. Okay. So I set this all up so that you wouldn't have to like go search for the info. It's all going to be right here in one localized place. Then we have training tools. This whole entire folder is just things that will help you grow in your training. This one I think is going to be y'all's favorite. This is post ideas. So since I joined network marketing almost 5 years ago in June, I have been writing every single post I have ever made in my note section. So I have in my notes hundreds upon hundreds of posts. And so what I did is I broke them down into product posts, motivational posts, opportunity posts, and I put some in here for you guys to be able to use. Okay. Now I don't want you to copy and paste these and just like take me and make yourself me. Okay. Because these are written by me. So they sound like how I talk, and if you would never be like, hey, sis, don't, don't keep that in your post, right? Like make it sound like you, but you can use these as a guide. So we have opportunity post, product post, motivational post. There's another one, story ideas. So this is more for like newbies and stuff. There's going to be product stories on here. And when you open them, they have all of the slides in there so you can use them. And then the last one is the first 14 days. So when we have somebody join us on our team, in the first 14 days, they're in their VIP period, especially if they're new to network marketing, it's like kind of scary, right? It's like, what do I say? What do I do? We have this outline of how to post. But this is literally a post for that outline. So if it's like day one, we're posting our announcement post. Okay. Then let's go day 6. This is like, you can build a business, blah, blah, blah. So this helps break down posting for your first 14 days so that it takes out the guesswork. So I want everybody to download this app. I'm going through this whole thing because I want you guys to be able to download this so you have access to this. I took a lot of time and effort to be able to put this in here so you guys could have a lot of help. So I really hope it's helpful for you. I'm going to send the name of the app and a screenshot into the chat when we're done. And then once you guys have it downloaded, I will shoot you over the link. And it just becomes a keyboard on your phone. So I'm going to kind of show you guys, like, here, I'll open up my mom's text messages. Oh, don't mind me. I was sending pictures of pizza. So when you're on your keyboard and you do this, this is my font keyboard. And then I have, oopsie, where did it go? Then this pops up. So see, everything I just showed you is now right here. So I can go, if I wanted to send her a product thing, I do this, see, it copied it. And I go here, woo, and paste. And then it's there. So it's that easy. So I love this app. I'm really excited about it. So hopefully you guys download it and it's helpful for you. Now, outside of that, hopefully that wasn't too much information. I am open and willing to answer any questions if you guys have them, either about that or anything that you may be struggling with.
Okay, so the first thing that I noticed about the boards app, so obviously I already have the boards app.
Yeah.
But on view only mode, you cannot copy and paste.
View only mode. Oh, like what I'm sending you? Oh.
So I'm in view only mode and it will not allow me to copy the text.
Okay, so this is all new to me too. So there's got to be some way that I can open it. I think the only reason why it does that is so that no one else can edit, but hopefully no one else will edit.
Right. I think that's why, but it won't allow you to copy.
Okay.
Either.
I'll look into that tonight and figure out how to make it to where you guys can access everything. Cause yeah, I want you to be able to just click it and it copies like it does to me. So hopefully I can figure that out. It's a setting. I'll figure it out.
Okay.
Does anybody else have any question?
I would like to know, so the 14-day posting, so Angela and Jenny Kins. This is something like me and Audrey just like worked over because I know like you guys have been in guides and like reading through and doing all of that and how it's like been confusing. So I got together with Audrey and I was like, we need to do something that's going to be like easier, because I struggled with helping both of you like figure out what should we do on post 1, what should we do on post 2, blah, blah, blah. So if we want to start over, like I think I'm going to do this too. If we want to start over on day 1 and utilize these and do 14 days of this, it will be a really, really, really good tool to just like start over fresh. So just do a 14-day run through of that exactly. So obviously you still want to go through the guides and like watch and read and listen to everything that they say in there. Jenny, you especially, because I know that you've done guides before, but there's a lot of new content that's on there too. I still need to go through guides and look at all the new content that's in there in the Lionhearted training group on Facebook. But what she's talking about that's on boards is they're literally examples of things that you would post. So it's not going to tell you exactly what to post. It's examples of ways like what you should post for the day. So it's going to be like something like what Audrey did for day 1. This is what she said. For day 2, this is what she said. So then you can like piggyback off that and you can change wording. You never want to copy the exact same wording, because if that's what Audrey posted and you post the exact same thing, Facebook actually recognizes and knows, oh, that was already posted before, and then it will hide your post and won't allow people to see it. So you need to change a couple of words in there to make sure, 1, that the algorithm doesn't see that it was already posted, and 2, so it sounds exactly like you. Because just like she said, if you're not saying things like, hey girl, or what's up babe, or
and I say that shit all the time. I'm like, what up, girlfriend?
Yeah, if you don't talk like that, then don't put that in your thing, because people are going to immediately know like, okay, that's not you. Like, make the wording sound like you, adjust it to be you. And if you don't like that one, okay, read through it and get an idea of what it is and create a whole different one that sounds like you. it's just like an example and an idea. So we can do better and be on the same page of like day 1 through 14 instead of like, oh, I'm not really sure what to do. I'm not really
It's a
sure.
good thing to start and do. I think one of the best, like the reasons why Ash is saying that is because if you do that, then when you're ready to bring somebody in, right, somebody signs under you and you're like, okay, now I know exactly what to do with you, right? Because I just did it myself. Like I know you know exactly how to bring them in. And if we're training people the exact same way that we were trained, then the duplication starts, right? And so they're going to be able to train their people and they're going to train their people. And it just like goes and goes and goes, rather than everybody just being like, oh, I think we'll do this, this, like it's the same system every single time. And it makes it a lot more simple. Did either of you, because I already talked to Ashley about the core 5. We did a Zoom and went over everything. Did either of you guys have any questions about the daily tasks that should be done, like how or what or why or anything? I'm totally open to answer questions. I have like 15 more minutes and then I got to go watch you.
Sorry, it's so loud at my house, so I have you guys muted. I am here.
It's okay.
I actually have already done the 1 through 5 with you guys, so I actually already
Yeah.
had an idea. Honestly, I've been looking on Instagram stories and stuff and getting ideas because I'm like, I have no idea what to post. So I just keep looking up like people like Pinterest, Instagram stories, and I'm just like, oh yeah, that sounds good. And then I put my own twist on it because I'm like,
That's a good
I don't
idea.
know. And I love Ashley so much, but we have the same friends. We grew up, we're sisters. We grew up in the same town.
Yeah.
And so I try to keep mine as different as I possibly can from Ashley's, unless it's something that we're doing together, because we do know so many of the same people.
Yeah.
And I don't want them to look at Ashley's story and then go to my story and be like, oh, okay, whatever. Like they're posting the exact same thing.
Yeah.
And so I try to keep it different. And
yeah, I
I'm
can see
so
how that
lucky.
would like mess with you a little bit.
Yeah. And so when Ashley like gets people, I'm like, excuse my language, but I'm like, bitches, you saw my story too. Why you go with her? God, favorite.
God, show your favorite. Make sure you're adding people too and like outside of your area. So that way you don't have to keep worrying about that or feeling like she's.
I've honestly had a lot of really weird people messaging me lately.
On Instagram.
Like weird messages, yeah. Like
I get stuff on Instagram all the time.
They're like, oh, we're friends. And I'm like, we're not friends. And they're like, you sent me a friend request. And I was like, I've never even seen you before. I have, like, we can be friends. You want to talk about my products, but I don't know who you are.
Do you know what she's referring to of the 5 core things? Do you know what she's talking about?
Isn't that the stuff you showed me when we first had together that I have written in my notebook? I don't know.
What
Angela said she doesn't know what I'm talking about. So I sent this picture in there the other, I think it was yesterday.
Oh, yes.
The core
Okay,
5.
yes. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm sorry. Yes. Okay.
No, you're fine.
I
It's just like
when you said it, I was like, nobody knows what you're talking about.
sorry. The core 5 is just going to be those 5 daily tasks that you should be doing daily. And so like, I'm kind of just going to, I think I'm just going to run through them. Is that okay? Is that cool?
I did.
Okay. Just
Wrote everything down. I have a notebook.
look at you.
Written down
Yeah,
in
and I'm taking notes. So
There you go. Okay. Well, I'm going to tell you guys my best tips and stuff to do these things and how to do them because I can't remember. Angela, you're the one that works, right? And you have
yes.
okay. So like I was trying to like keep the info here, but I'm also really mom brain is a killer over here. But okay, so busy days, obviously doing a bunch of tasks seems a little crazy, right? But they're really simple to do if you're just really intentional. So if you know I'm going to complete these 5 things before my head hits the pillow, like in the nooks and crannies of your day, like you can fit them in. Okay. Number 1, the biggest thing is like you want to make sure you're not the biggest thing. Take that back. They're all big things. All 5 of these things are big things. Okay. But number 1, you're going to want to make sure your products are in your stories every day. That may look different. Okay. So like won't always look the same. Like you don't want to post the same exact thing every single day, right? People are going to get bored of that. So like some days I'll show me with my shake. And I'll be like, mom fuel. That's what I said today. Okay. Feeling my body, getting ready to be a mom. Some days I'm going to put slides like, that talks about what my products do, what they're what they have in them, that kind of thing. Sometimes I'll get on and talk like Ashley's thing. She gets on and she talks and she makes her she makes her shake while she's just talking about her life. And people are like, what is she making? You know what I'm saying? So like, that's her way of doing that. And so you find your way that feels good. I kind of just switch it up. It doesn't have to be all 3 products every single day, but just at least showing consistency that you're using the products daily. Okay. So that's number 1. Number 2 is posting on your Facebook and your Instagram feed. Now, when you're posting does not have to be all about Thrive. Okay. I cannot stress enough that you joined Thrive and you did not become the company. Okay. So people still want to know who you are. You are going to sell yourself before you ever sell your product. Okay. Your product is like below you. Okay. Your personality is what's going to bring people to your page. It's what's going to make people want to trust you and try your product and join your team is because of you. It has nothing to do with your product. So when you're posting, you're going to switch it up. There's something called a 5 list. If you don't know what a 5s list is, then I highly suggest going into the team page, the Lionhearted Network, and searching that, watching some videos and creating your own 5s list. Okay. And that's basically your 5 things that make you, you. Okay. 5 things that you love about the company, 5 things that make you, you, 5 things you love about our compensation plan. And you switch through those in your posting. So that way you're not just every single time you post, you're talking about Thrive, because guess what people are going to do? Unfollow, 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 unfollow. You want to know why? Because people don't get on social media to be sold to, but they love to buy. Okay. So they're not on there to get sold to, but it just happens because of how we're presenting the products, right? We're not like, oh my God, join my team. Like, it's not like that. It's like, we're sharing our personal story, right? Like when I share about the products, I'm not sharing that like, my products have this and this and this in them. And they do that. Like I'm sharing like, you know what? I used to be a freaking exhausted mom who would snap on my children because I was so tired. I didn't even want them to ask me for anything. And now I have enough energy that I'm not only able to take them to do those things, but I'm also having fun with them. Do you know now because I said it like that, people are like, oh my God, I snap at my kids. I need that energy. And guess what? I didn't sell them anything. I sold them a solution to their problem by sharing my personal experience. And so that's what your posts are going to do. Okay. You're going to rotate through your stuff, but you always want to make sure daily you're posting on your Instagram and your Facebook feed. Okay. Next is going to be adding new friends. This is huge. I just talked to Ashley about this yesterday. If you don't have new eyes coming on your page, your business is as big as it ever will be. So if you have 500 friends on Facebook, and you're not adding any more people, like your business is only going to grow so much, right? If you're seeing the same people every single day, like you have to have new eyes. And so my biggest suggestion is to add like 30 on Facebook and 30 on Instagram every single day. Those people are not all going to accept your friend request. Okay. So like, you're not going to have people like beating down your door, but you can do it in a way that doesn't feel weird either. Cause I know sometimes when people are like, ew, add people, you want people like randos to see my page. I know it feels really strange, but if you join groups, this is how I add, because I want to have something in common with these people. I don't want to just like add every Tom, Dick, and Harry to my page, right? I show my kids on there. Like I'm not trying to add all these weirdos. So I join groups that I have interest in. So I'm in Great Dane groups because I'm a Great Dane mom. I am in foodie groups because I love food. I'm in so many different groups that like I have an actual interest in, right? So then when I'm adding these people, I know that these people we already have one thing in common, right? Because we both have Great Danes. Like, so we already have that in common. And then I'm looking at their page. And if I'm just going to say this, this is the example that I use, but if I go on their page and like, it's all like, hail Satan, like, I'm not going to add you, right? Like, cause I don't go there. Like, I don't understand. So I'm only going to add somebody if I'm like, okay, I feel like I could vibe with this person. Like I could comment on their things. Like they seem like they're nice, blah, blah, blah. So I add them. That takes a little bit more time than just going in and going add, but you're going to have a lot more genuine connections with people by doing it that way. You can also post in one of those groups. Like, let's say I'm in one of my book groups and I post like, hey, I just finished this book. So freaking good. Who's read it? Blah, blah, blah. All the people who comment, I comment back to them and I add them. So that's a way, like, they're like, okay, I just talked to this girl in that group. they're most likely going to add me back. So those are ways that you can genuinely add to grow, but that is so important. Another thing
Okay.
is interacting. What's your?
Sorry. Number 3 was add people, right?
Yes.
Okay. My daughter is trying to do her homework, so I'm trying to multitask. So I just
You're
wanted to
fine.
make sure.
Mom life. Got it. Number 4 is interacting. Interacting is really important. Sorry, my daughter's calling. My daughter's FaceTiming. She's gonna be like, you just F you button me, mom. Okay, interact. You're going to comment genuinely on people's posts. So you're not gonna like scroll through and just be like, oh my God, I love your shirt. You know, like I know it's like so awkward because like, what do I say if you don't have like an actual relationship with somebody? But like, oh my God, now she's putting questions. Hold on, let me text her. Okay. So you'll go through, you'll genuinely comment. You want to do like 3 or more words. Okay. So like not like emojis, but like 3 or more words that leads an actual, thing. So I don't just comment if I don't feel like I should comment. Like if I like don't genuinely like her shirt, I'm not going to tell her I like her shirt just because I needed to comment on some of these things. Like I want to make these genuine comments so that I can actually generate relationships, right? Because that's how we build our businesses, through relationships. So we just go through and we interact. And the more that you interact, those people are going to see your things. So the interacting is really important. And you can break it up into like 5-minute intervals, like 5 times a day, or however you want to do it. But just like, it's actually my least favorite thing to do. So I break it into 5, my 5 minutes. And then I do it again 5 minutes later. Not 5 minutes later, another 5 minutes at a different time. Okay. So that's number 4. And then the last one is going to be to talk about the opportunity. Your following will not know what you have your hands on if you don't talk about it. So just because you're doing it and you know that, we get paid every Tuesday and we have an $800 bonus, like you're a fan, your following can't read your mind and they don't know what you have your hands on if you don't say it. And so every single day you have to show up and you have to talk about it. Now you don't have to do it in the same way. And you don't have to, be like this face to face. Like you can make slides, which is those opportunity posts. So when you look at the boards and you go to story examples or whatever, and you go to the opportunity one, like you'll be able to see like what that would even look like, and so you can start making those if you wanted. You can talk face to face if that's something you're comfortable with. You can go live on the days that you use your post for your 5s for the opportunity. That's you talking about the opportunity. Okay. So you don't have to, like, let's say you posted on your wall and you talked about the opportunity. You don't have to go live and talk in your stories and talk about the opportunity again if you don't want to. Like, it's not going to hurt anything to do that, but like just making sure somewhere on your page, your following can see you talk about the opportunity every single day. That's how you're going to be able to grow your team. If you're not worried about growing a team and you just want to enroll customers, fine, don't talk about the opportunity. But if you really want to grow your team here and you want to make money, talking about the opportunity every single day is important. And rotating what you talk about the opportunity is important. So not just like, I have this business and I make money every single day. Like nobody cares. But what they do care about is that selling them what you like, how you can fix their problem, right? So if you're sharing, I used to be on WIC and food stamps, and now I'm obviously, this isn't our, I'm not saying you guys have this, but I'm saying if you say, I used to be on WIC and food stamps, and now I make a paycheck every single week that I can pay for my groceries, that person who's on WIC and food stamps is going to be like, I need to pay for my groceries every week. You're selling the solution to problems is what you're doing through sharing your own personal experience, because there's so many people out there that have the same experience as you, even if you don't feel like they do.
Audrey,
What?
can you give an example of how they would share if they have not received commissions yet?
Yeah, of course. So if you haven't received commissions, you can still talk about the opportunity. I know that a lot of times that holds people back from talking about the opportunity, especially like, let's say you didn't hit your VIPs or you haven't earned any commissions yet or whatever. Like those things start to mentally hold people back from talking about the opportunity. But even if you haven't done it yourself, do you know that it's possible? Like, that it's possible, right? People are making paychecks every single week. People hit their VIPs. That we have that available. And so instead of coming from it as, this is what I'm doing. You say, this is what I'm working for. This is what I'm working to. I have this opportunity where I can get a paycheck every single Tuesday at 12 p.m. Central Time, direct deposit it into my account. You know, I have my hands on this opportunity. So you're sharing what you are working towards when that's not something you've personally done yet, when you haven't personally done it. And then you can also share, you know, have, you know, Ashley or whatever, like you can bring somebody else on alive or whatever, you know what I'm saying? If you don't feel as confident, you can kind of open it up for somebody else to talk, right? And share their personal experience that's a little bit further along. Does that make sense?
Mhm. My whole problem is I have 4 people, and Ashley's helped me with a couple who really want the product until they want to order, and it's $200 to order with
Yeah.
tax, shipping and tax, and then they don't want to do it. So I've had some opportunities, and they really tell me they really want to do it, but I can't get orders. So I'm stuck with that. Like, I, for a while, several years ago, sold Silpata. Oh, sorry, my daughter's calling me. But I sold Silpata, and it's expensive. Jewelry was expensive. Everybody loved the jewelry that I wore, talked about it all the time, brought in product, and I even sold it at a cheaper price for stuff that I just didn't wear. And because of the price, nobody wanted to buy it. So I finally said the heck with it, and I sold my whole inventory, except for the stuff that I liked. So I seem to be having the same trouble at this point that I did back then.
Okay. So I'm going to give you just like 2 things. Okay.
Mhm.
This is something that I hear a lot, especially from somebody new who's just coming in. Number 1, everyone's version of expensive is different. Okay. So it's not up to us to decide if it's too expensive for somebody. But I feel like
Right.
sometimes if we feel like the product, like, do you feel like do you feel like it's expensive? Like, do you feel like the products are expensive?
When before I tried it, yes.
Yes. Okay. So when you go to tell somebody how much it is, do you feel a little like, ooh, I don't really want to tell them?
No, because we're not talking face to face.
Yeah.
So I don't.
So does it
I
make you
don't
as nervous?
yeah. So I'm
'Cause
not
I-
as nervous.
Sometimes what I've noticed over the years of like training people is sometimes we infer, even without really knowing it, the way that the wording when you're presenting a price can make someone go, you know, but if we're saying like it's only, I really do say that. Like, I know that the price, you know, it seems like for me, like I get my products for free. So like, thank God, because like in today's inflation, your girl couldn't afford it. Okay. But the thing is that's not my decision for somebody else. And so when I'm presenting the products, you know, and I'm telling them, I don't ever talk about the price until the very end, unless they're like adamant to know it in the very beginning. And I really make sure that we're talking about what it is that they want to accomplish, because I'm going to sell them that they're going to be able to achieve all of that. And I'm not making it up. It really does. You know what I mean? It fills your energy. You know what the products do.
Yes.
They're amazing. I know that once I get these products in their hands, they're going to fall in love. So number 1, if somebody is like, I really want to try these products, but I don't have the money, what you need to do is try to get them on a mini pack. Okay, that's fine. You really want to try these products? Let's get these products in your hands, even just 3 days worth, just so you can see if it's, you know, worth the cost for you. You know, now you've just made $25 into your pocket. You've gotten the products in their hands. And guess what? Once they try that, anybody can figure out what they want when they really want it. Okay.
I did that when I was at work, and she's like, $25 for 3 days, 5 days. That's expensive. And I'm like,
it's
just
not
talking,
any
I'm
more
like,
than
I
going to
love
buy
it.
Starbucks. Okay. And that's
Yeah.
what I tell people too. Like, and here's the thing, you're not going to be able to sell everyone.
Right.
Okay. And so we kind of have to take the connection to somebody's answer and not make it personal. Okay. I'm not in the business of like forcing you to do anything. So if you're not interested, I'm not interested in wasting any more time. You know, like
Right.
you came to me to ask questions, I'll answer them, but I'm not going to sit here and try to talk you into something. When you're ready, I'm here. And that's what I tell everyone. And guess what? They do come back. They may not sign up right away, but they do come back. And the more that you write down those names and you are interacting with those people, every single time they see your name, guess what they're going to think of? They're going to think of those products.
Mhm.
That's exactly
And-
what I do too. Those people are watching you now. They're watching
Right.
you.
They are watching and they will come back around. It may not be next week or next month, but I guarantee you every single one of those people at some point or another, if you don't say, screw this, I'm walking away, they will come back to you.
Okay.
I know it's frustrating in the beginning, and it's really frustrating when we have people that we feel like they're about to sign up and then they don't. I know
Mhm.
how discouraging that feels in the beginning, but I can't encourage you enough to just really try to take away like I said, that connection with somebody's answer, like relating to whether or not you're successful. You're successful if you show up every single day, you complete those 5 things. If you do that for me, Angela, and you do that for like 6 months, I'm just telling you, if you show up every single day and you do those core 5 things and you really genuinely give it your all for that 6 months, I promise you, you'll look up and be like, holy crap, look what I did. You know what I mean? Because it just snowballs. It's not something that just immediately happens. I've been doing this. I've been in this industry for almost 5 years. Like
Mhm.
when I first got started, I only had 300 friends on Facebook. Now I max out all the time. I have to delete people. Like it's something that is built. It's not something that just you wake up the next day and you've made this entire, massive business. It's just like
Mhm.
if you were building a business brick and mortar and you bought this business, like you're not going to just wake up one day and be successful. Like it's going to take years for you to get out of the black, right? And to get to where you're
Right.
making money and all that stuff. Like it takes time to build. But if you're consistent and you're doing those things and you're pouring in and you're asking questions when you don't know what you're doing and you're not afraid to do all those things, then you'll definitely be successful. So I know that's really frustrating, and I know that you feel some type of way because I've been there. I know what it feels like. I still get frustrated sometimes, and I have to remind myself, it's okay. They'll come back.
Yeah.
It's just because we want it right now.
Yeah. I'm
but
like,
I
oh, I'm
promise.
so close.
Yes, I know. It's like so close, but so far. But
Yeah.
it does. It will happen for you. It will. And there's so many people watching you right now that you don't even know. Like they haven't even messaged you yet. And that's the fun part. Is like you're showing up every single day, and like these people are silently watching, and all of a sudden they'll message you and be like, such and such, I've been watching you for months. And they're like, what? Oh my God. Like I'm so glad you messaged me.
Well,
All
I've
the
been looking at like people who the other day I had like 160 people look at my story, and I was like, 160 people? What?
Just
so I'm
because
scrolling
they
through
didn't
the names,
message
like,
you
who is
doesn't
it?
mean anything.
They're
Right.
watching.
Keep showing up. People are watching you. You haven't even been here a month yet. So keep showing up. Remember, it's not going to happen overnight. And this is new for them. It takes an average person 7 times to actually ingest what they're actually seeing and take it in. So keep showing up, keep doing it, keep taking those products, keep posting it. If you need new ways, ask questions. Don't be afraid to do that. If you keep doing those things, it's going to come. And all of a sudden one day you're going to be like, okay, what just happened? Because I'm having a lot of orders now. And whoa, I remember that Zoom. Do not give up. And I know it's frustrating. I've been literally in your boat that I'm like, what's the point anymore? What's the point?
Right.
And I've had to walk away because I've been so frustrated that it's like, I just have to step away for a while. But remember, it takes time. And I can say the minute you walk away and you take a break, now you're starting back from square one because now you
I was
have to
about to say,
rebuild that engagement.
Consistency is massive. Okay. If you're going to college and you have your college professor and they only show up 2 days out of the week, you're going to drop that freaking class and find a new professor, right? Because you cannot
Mhm.
trust this person to show up. The people that are watching you, they're waiting to see if you're going to leave. They're waiting to see if you're going to stay on there. So you're like, I always say, like right around the corner, right? Right around the corner. And that next door, if you just kept going, they're there. And there's going to be times, this is business. business is up, business is down, business is up, business is down. That's just normal life for any business. Okay. So
Mhm.
even somebody who's been in the business for years, like you're going to go through times where you don't enroll anyone. Okay.
Right.
But you still show up, you still share your
Right.
product, you still all those things because you're in a sowing season, right? You're planting seeds, whatever. Like your harvest time will come, but it's not going to come if you just say, I give up. It was too hard. So
Okay.
I just encourage you
I sh-
6 months.
I showed up all of November. I showed up all of December. I didn't hit anything. January, I hit 4K. Okay. So do not give up. Have faith. Keep showing up. I
Crazy things
promise.
happen too.
It took
Like-
me 3 months until people finally were like, okay, what are you doing? What's
Right.
going on? How long did you watch me until you finally were like, okay,
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
see? So don't give up. Don't feel discouraged. People are watching, especially if you just said 160 people were on
That's
your.
awesome. That's good.
That's
to
a
be
lot of people.
And then
Did-
also
Oh.
it's about to cut off because I don't pay for Zoom. So it's about to cut off in 1:30, but I just want to finish with saying everyone, like we're a team and we have that team chat for a reason. And it's for you guys to be able to reach out. And so if you're feeling discouraged, please don't ever sit with those feelings because the more that you sit with them and you don't like vocalize, hey, I'm feeling this way, the more that those like, right, whatever we focus on grows. And so if we're just in our own minds and we're just having all these type of feelings, like that's what's going to grow and you're going to end up walking away. So utilize that team chat, message anybody privately if you get along with them or whatever, you can feel free to reach out to me at any time. And I'd be happy to, work through any type of feelings that you're having or any type of help that you need. So it's about to cut us off, but I hope this was
Take a
helpful.
picture. Smile.
Yes,
Smile.
thank you.
Now send it to me. I will talk to you guys later.
Thank you.
Bye.
You're welcome.
Bye.
Bye.
Have a good night.